Can a monkey take the place of a child? These people think so.
She doesn't want to be without Mama.
Surrogate sons and daughters like you've never seen.
Okay.
Eating at the table, dressing up, even sleeping with Mommy and Daddy. But like all children, they can turn. And he used to be an outsider, the biggest man on record, as heavy as...
It is a role Lori Johnson cherishes, her role as mother. So when the last of her 6 children was graduating from high school and moving out, it was a crushing change. Lori fell into a deep depression.
That's what it was, emptiness syndrome. I was really depressed, and I wanted something that was going to take over for my kids. And I thought about babies, but we just didn't want to go through the preteens and all again.
Lori knew having another child was out of the question, at least a human child. But Lori still found a way to have another daughter. Peek into Lori's toy-filled red stroller, and you'll find her 5-pound monkey dressed in a jean skirt and a diaper. Her solution for her empty nest.
That's okay. Here we go.
Her name is Jessica Marie, Jessie, a capuchin monkey that Lori bought from a breeder.
She was 7 weeks old when I got her.
A baby.
A very baby, very baby.
And little Jessie gets more than her share of attention.
That's an 8.
At the playground, children are mesmerized by the sight.
There, isn't that funny? She's wearing pants. She's wearing pants, isn't she? Isn't she silly?
She likes the swings as much as the children do.
She thinks she's a child. She doesn't like other monkeys at all. We've taken her places where other monkeys are, and she doesn't like them.
She'd rather play with the kids at the playground.
She'd rather play with the kids. Yep.
How old do you think the monkey is? You think 1?
For the children, it is impossible to tell.
She's 18.
18 years old, and sometimes she has more than just the temper of a teenager, or like the temper of a wild animal, as we witnessed when this curious little boy got too close.
No. She don't like to be hugged, honey. She don't like
Lori
to be
says
hugged.
this happens from time to time, a swipe at the park,
Now be nice. Be nice.
or nipping her parents.
Oh, you're in trouble, Daddy.
That's why Lori had Jessie's teeth removed. She says it's a lot of work raising this teenager. It's been around the clock work since the very beginning.
So when you first got her, she was attached to you just like this.
She attached to me like this.
For how many months?
6 months.
6 months.
6 months. That I showered, went to the stores, cooked, slept, everything with her on my arm because she wouldn't get off. You couldn't get her off.
Completely
Without
attached.
pulling her and screaming and hollering. She wouldn't let me out of the room. So it was a good 9 months before I could even walk out of her room without her having an attack.
A panic attack.
A panic attack.
And now, 18 years later, she still looks for you when you leave the room.
Yes, she still looks for me. She's very, very addicted to me. She doesn't want to be without Mama.
Well, that takes care of your empty nest.
Yeah, it does. It took care of my empty nest.
At home with Lori and her husband Jim, Jessie gets the royal treatment. As our cameras roll, Jessie puts on a fashion show, a wardrobe of handmade dresses. There's the casual fare, and yes, the more formal attire.
Goodness gracious, you're so pretty.
This satin number is a favorite. It's the dress Jessie wore for Lori and Jim's wedding.
So you've been married 9 years now,
Right.
and you were told this is part of the deal?
This is part of the deal. I said, you got me forever.
The monkey too.
The monkey, too.
You come to the park often, and when people say, look, it's a monkey,
It upsets me. That's my daughter.
Jessie, daddy, baby.
You talking to Daddy? Talking to Daddy.
Jessie, baby.
Yeah.
was there ever a moment when you thought, I love Lori, but maybe I can't handle the monkey too?
Never.
Never.
Never. Never.
You signed up for both.
I signed up for both.
And so wherever Lori and Jim go, Jessie is right there with them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get monkey fries, okay? Yeah, you like monkey fries, huh? Yeah, you do.
Quarter pounder, no cheese, and fries.
Jessie loves fast food,
I know, you like a Finchy fries. Finchy fries.
I'll get you a Finchy fry. Hang on.
Lori calls them monkey fries. Whatever you call them, Jessie knows exactly what they are.
I wasn't gonna wait for no Finchy fries. We're gonna wait and eat them right now, huh? No waiting for my Jessie. Let's go in. Come on, let's go in the housey. There we go. Come on, sit over here by Mama. Yeah.
Good girl. Them good monkey fries?
And at dinner, Jessie sits at the head of the table. She sips from an adult glass, eats off of china, and like most children, she's scolded when she doesn't mind her manners.
You're supposed to be in your chair, not on the table. There you go. Thank you. She eats just about anything we eat.
But remember, these primates are from the South American rainforest. They normally spend the majority of their day, 2/3 of it, feeding and hunting for their dinner. A dinner consisting of not junk food, but fruits, nuts, vegetables, even small animals.
Our diet is not monkey-like, like the ice cream and the
lollipops.
cake and the lollipops.
Is that good for a monkey?
Our veterinarian has told us there's nothing wrong with it, that their diet system is a lot like ours.
What will she do with this lollipop? Jessie, you want the lollipop?
Show her what you do. There you go.
That took all of about 2 seconds to decide.
To some, this may seem like monkey madness. On the internet, just type in the word capuchin, and you can watch hundreds of videos of monkey kids and their proud parents. In the U.S. alone, it's estimated there are 15,000 monkeys purchased as pets or surrogate children, living in homes with humans.
Look at that belly on that one.
Check out this video given to primetime of a primate picnic.
She is about 8 months.
She's 5 years old.
It's a party for primates and their human parents who diaper and dote on their surrogate children.
What do you say to folks who might say, it's just a little weird, why would you want to have a monkey for a daughter?
I want a monkey because it's not going to grow up. I'm not going to grow up.
Despite Jessie's age, Lori says her capuchin still has all the demands of a 2-year-old toddler. There are endless hours at her side.
Now, Mama, get your face. Oh, boy, yeah.
Vacations planned with Jessie in mind.
Yes, we do, yeah.
And like any child, Jessie costs a lot of money.
Okay,
Lori
on.
estimates she spends upwards of $6,000 on Jessie's upbringing every year.
Mommy got to put diaper on. My goodness, what in the world is that thing? It looks like a rabbit. Oh, is it a wallaby?
And at the end of the day, TV time. On this night, it's the Animal Planet channel and a bedtime snack.
Here. There you go.
In the same bed as her parents.
Let's go nighty-night. Give me a kiss. Okay.
Just one bedtime story, but as you're about to learn, not every monkey tale has a happy ending.
I got out of the room as fast as I could, but I got out of the room bleeding all over the place.
The frightening side of this monkey business when Primetime's The Outsiders returns. Angel Sempe was just a child when she dreamed of one day having a monkey. At 4 years old, she held her first baby monkey at a petting zoo.
And from that day on, I was determined to get a monkey.
Her childhood dream became a reality 7 years ago when she decided she needed something. She desperately wanted a child.
I just wanted what was going to make me feel better. And what made me feel better at the time was having an animal that I treated like a child.
A son.
Yes, I had a surrogate son.
Her own baby was not an option, at least not at the time. Angel is well known in the racing world. Her demanding career as a professional motorcycle drag racer was just taking off.
Angel and the team wins it with a 7.
She's now set world records.
Woo! I love to win like that.
Being a racer is a hard job to be a mommy as well. But to be a motorcycle racer is even worse. You know, there's just no possible physical way that I could do both. I can't race and, bear a child. So I thought, adopting a monkey as a pet would be a surrogate child to me would be a good thing to do.
Like thousands of other Americans, Angel found her monkey on the internet. She bought him from a breeder in the Midwest, and he was flown to Louisiana on an airplane. At the airport, little Andy, her new son.
I was so happy I had a baby. I could dress him and put a diaper on him, and he would drink bottles, and he held onto my arm for 6 months straight. But to me, that was cute. He loves me. I didn't see it as this animal needs his mother.
In the beginning, everything seemed right. Angel spent thousands of dollars on an addition to her home, a special room for her new son. But no amount of money, no amount of love would be enough, and Angel's dream soon became an emotional nightmare.
I'm crying because of what I did.
In fact, it was only after she brought Andy home that Angel learned how most monkeys are removed from their mothers. In some cases, they dart the mothers to sedate them when they separate the babies. They're pulled away, both mother and baby screaming.
He said this is really, really strong stuff.
Can you imagine taking a baby from a mother out of the hospital? And that's what we did. He is a wild monkey. He is never going to be domesticated, and it took me 7 years to realize that.
7 years and a growing Andy destroying everything. His custom-made room, tearing up the walls, the windows, the wiring. Angel is convinced Andy was acting out because she'd taken him from his real mother and his real surroundings. And now his human mom, Eraser, was away from home too.
He was lonely.
Very, very lonely.
And depressed?
And depressed.
But her heart-wrenching decision wouldn't come until after Andy's most vicious attack. She'd given him peanuts, and when she entered his caged room, he thought she was trying to take back the food.
He bit me everywhere he could bite me. He ripped my elbow open, right across my wrist, on my hand, the back of my knee, and it all happened within like 3 seconds. I got out of the room as fast as I could, but I got out of the room bleeding all over the place.
That night, she went online looking for help.
This was the closest thing to a human child that I could ever possibly imagine, but it was just completely and utterly wrong, and I did it, and I'm going to do the best I can to fix it.
Hi, Haley.
Angel found Carrie Bagnall, who runs the Jungle Friends Primate Sanctuary in Florida.
When you listen to Angel's story,
it's a very familiar story. I hear the same story over and over.
The same tears, the missing of the son or the daughter.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of monkeys here that people bought as surrogate children.
Andy's at his new home.
And now Angel is adding her name to a growing list. Human mothers and fathers whose monkeys were far more than they could ever handle.
I think it's going to be harder for me at the end of the week because his birthday's Friday.
Is it okay, buddy? You'll stay?
I don't think he wants to come back home. He's done.
Bye, boo-boo. Bye, buddy.
After 7 years together, it is an agonizing breakup. On this day, Angel tearfully delivers Andy to his new home.
I'm trying not to cry.
Once the monkeys are brought here to the sanctuary, there are extraordinary challenges. In many cases, their teeth have been pulled. Sometimes their fingers have been cut off by owners who simply decided they were too much to handle, taking drastic steps.
So we have 103 monkeys here right now.
All varying in size, each with a story of their own.
Hi, Jack.
There's Jack, confiscated after a drug deal gone bad. 2 people were shot dead, and he was found outside.
And Jack was chained to the back porch?
He was chained to the back porch in the wintertime in Ohio, so he was really freezing, and he was underweight and had urine burns. Connie is diabetic. She gets insulin injection once a day.
Well, what about the pet owners who give their monkeys kind of human food, like lollipops?
We have a lot of we have 9 diabetic monkeys here. So,
because of the lollipops and the sugar? Because
of all of it. They have a sedentary lifestyle. They don't do anything. They eat garbage.
Before they got here?
Right.
Come on, Jimmy. Harry.
There was Jimmy, screaming at the sight of me. Carrie says he doesn't like men because his fingertips were cut off by his male owner, because little Jimmy knew how to unlock his cage. And then there's Poochie, rescued from a highway in Chicago.
It's too bad he couldn't really tell us his story. What really happened to him?
They believe he was caught in a house fire and then left behind. His hair is nearly gone, and so is one of his eyes.
I have monkeys here that the people have had for 20 years. Never had a problem. All of a sudden, and they don't even know what set the monkey off. 20 years later, the monkey attacks. So it's just something, it's going to happen. It's not a matter of, if they're going to attack, it's when. I've got scars all over my body from, this was the worst one. This was 14 stitches, and they got an artery on that one. But I've got them everywhere.
What about the pet owners who say, well, I've removed the teeth?
Oh, God. That's mutilation. that's horrible.
But some owners consider it a reasonable safety precaution. Still, Carrie says the teeth pulling and the cut fingers can create lasting psychological problems for these monkeys. There was Wanda, who sucks her toe.
They rock, they self-grasp, hold on to themselves because they were stolen from their mother, so they hang on to themselves. And they'll self-mutilate.
Nearly all of them originally bought by people looking to make them their children.
This is a big business.
It's huge.
How much money are we talking about?
Well, about $5,000 to $8,000 they sell the capuchin monkeys for.
For one baby
for
monkey?
For one monkey.
Angel spent thousands on Andy and on his room in her house. She's now donating thousands to the sanctuary. Her only concern, how will Andy do here? After all, she's the only mother he's known for 7 years.
You're not gonna go play? He's so human imprinted that I wondered, have I completely ruined him? Will he ever be a monkey?
When we come back, Angel and her family return to the sanctuary for the first time to see Andy, the monkey left behind by his human mother. Is he surviving without her? Their dramatic reunion when The Outsiders returns.
Where is he?
Angel Sempay returns to the 12-acre Jungle Friend Sanctuary, where she left the monkey she considers her son, not knowing if little Andy, who had always lived in a home with his human family, would ever be able to mingle with the monkeys here, to live outdoors. She's invited us on her first trip back with her mother, Andy's grandmother.
Oh, and here they all hear us coming.
You had the video camera.
I have a video camera, I have a still camera.
And what's it been like?
It's been horrible. Can't talk about.
It's her grandbaby. He's her first grandchild, actually.
They still feel enormous guilt, even though they did treat Andy far better than most of the monkeys who were rescued here. We snake our way through the sanctuary, more than 100 monkeys here. There are dozens of other unwanted monkeys on the waiting list.
Look at how cute that one is.
The vast majority were once pets, like Andy, and most are recovering quite well, fitting in with their monkey counterparts. The question on this day, how is Andy doing?
Hey, baby. Look, Mama's here. Hey, sweetie. Hey, darling. What you been up to? Hey, my buddy. I miss you.
How does he look?
He looks great. He's, you know, the smartest, cutest monkey in the whole wide world.
That's a proud mom.
But he has a nice enclosure now, doesn't he, Mom?
Oh, it's beautiful.
How does this compare to the cage at home?
Oh, it doesn't. Tell me, how's it been? Has it been fun here? Yes? Yeah.
While Angel and her mother are excited to see Andy for the first time, it seems Andy is already used to his new home. He practically ignores them. And for Angel and her mother, that's a good thing.
He doesn't even seem to be worried about us. That's good.
That's what was so
That's
easy
what I
for
wanted.
me when I left him, because he just didn't care where I was, because he's where he needs to be now.
Yeah.
He's not as worried about me anymore.
Now, will you be able to hold him or interact with him while you're here, or no?
I can, but I'm not gonna. That's all part of it. We don't want them to have any human interaction anymore.
Did you make a new friend? Where's Jack?
Come here, Jack. Where's Jack?
It turns out Andy has a new best friend, Jack, the monkey saved from that drug house.
I heard you was playing with Andy. Yeah.
I haven't seen Andy interact with another monkey before.
The sanctuary took this video of their budding friendship. Andy, it seems, is fitting right in.
They were playing and playing, and Jack just chased him everywhere. And then Andy is like, okay, you know, and Jack's jumping on him, and he's running around. Get this, get away from me. It is amazing to watch the monkeys turn into monkeys right before your eyes.
So he's made fast friends.
Yeah, they do. And I have people all the time say, oh, but my monkey's humanized, never seen another monkey, and my monkey lives inside and doesn't like dirt. Mm-mm. You get them out here, they're digging in the dirt, catching worms, and catching bugs, and being monkeys, you know, foraging and grooming each other and doing monkey things.
I said, feel better now?
Oh, I feel 100% better. I mean, my heart finally can sing again.
She is convinced this sanctuary is the right home.
Oh, yeah. Tell me all about it. Yeah.
Still, there are those like Lori Johnson and her husband Jim, who have made raising their monkey daughter a full-time commitment, and they say they're doing nothing wrong.
What do you say to the people at the sanctuaries who say this shouldn't be happening? You shouldn't have a monkey at home.
I don't approve of that. If you're devoted, you spend the money, you'll learn what it takes to care for a monkey, and you want your life to be involved around it. I think it's fine for anybody that wants one.
What about the people who say it doesn't matter how much training you get, this still isn't the normal habitat, the normal life for a monkey?
If you got love in your heart and you love the animal, you can do it. And nobody should tell me I can't. Come on, let's go.
Still, Angel says she wishes somebody had told her not to do this years ago, preventing Andy's heartache and her heartache too.
I think they're so human-like that that's what really fascinates us humans that want to be around monkeys.
Can I see your hand for a second?
The prints on their hands and the facial expressions and the personality, and so we think it's okay to have them in our homes. But once you do it, you'll realize that it's just a horrible thing to do. I'm glad to see that Andy's not a human anymore. He's going to live in our hearts, not in our home.
The room Angel built specially for Andy in her home will now be turned into a playroom for the child that she's adopting from China, a little girl, a human baby.